It may be a weird time for me to be saying this because Bitcoin is dropping, but it is kind of time for you to switch some of those Bitcoins into altcoins. Bitcoin dominance has dropped, and as we mentioned 2 videos ago, but we will reiterate in this video that the altcoin time is coming, especially in the meme season. But we'll actually go over why once again. And it has to do with the ETF and now with MTGOX. Remember, Bitcoin pumped more than other coins during the ETF rise. Why? Because the ETF only affected Bitcoin. You couldn't buy XRP ETFs or Cardano ETFs or at that time Ethereum ETFs or anything else. But you know what you could buy? That's right, Bitcoin ETFs. So people were excited over the Bitcoin ETFs, and after they debuted, they bought into the Bitcoin ETF, so Bitcoin outshined the other coins. And even though it was an upward market, Bitcoin retained or even increased its dominance by a little bit. And the altcoins dumped a lot once Bitcoin retraced. But now it's being turned on its head because MTGOX only affects Bitcoin, but in a negative way. And if you're buying altcoins, you should especially right now look at Ethereum. But remember, MTGOX could be $9 billion in sales. Now, I don't actually think it'll be $9 billion in sales because people over the last 10 years have had the right to sell their claims to the MTGOX stuff. So that part is there. I highly, highly doubt MTGOX. I really, really doubt that MTGOX really is going to be really like doing $9 billion in Bitcoin depression price. I definitely think it's going to be a couple hundred million because I think most of them left over are long-term holders and they're only receiving a fraction of the Bitcoin they own in MTGOX back because MTGOX just doesn't really have that much Bitcoin. But that's still going to be a lot of sell pressure directly on Bitcoin. Yes, it will pull the alts down with it if they do sell out, but the main selling out is still going to be on Bitcoin, just like the main buying was on Bitcoin in the ETF. So even though it'll have an outsized effect in the market, I actually think altcoin dominance will actually increase if there is a Bitcoin like MTGOX kind of sell-off. Because remember, MTGOX fell in 2013, 2014. Many of these altcoins did not exist. I would say most altcoins didn't exist. Even Ethereum didn't exist then, so they will not be selling off Ethereum. XRP did exist, but I don't think any of the MTGOX holders had any XRP, so they will not be selling XRP. They obviously won't be selling Cardano, BNB, Solana, etc., because those didn't exist, and they're not getting any of them back. So although if Bitcoin starts falling, there will be some panic selling of the alts. The actual downward pressure from the selling will be on BTC alone, just like the actual upward buying pressure from the ETFs is on BTC alone as well. And obviously, Ethereum could be your go-to altcoin, and obviously all the Ethereum layer 2s. Why? Because there's an Ethereum ETF, and after the ETF launches, even if Ethereum does pull back a while, and if it does, that's a godsend for you to buy Ethereum, because if Bitcoin is going to be going down to the MTGOX sell-off, then the Ethereum ETF, like the Bitcoin ETF, will get people to buy the coin. There's going to be fund managers that actually buy the Ethereum ETF. And they're going to have to buy Ethereum to match the fund manager's purchases in Ethereum ETF. So that should actually counteract the Bitcoin sell-off with Ethereum. So Ethereum might not fall at all. It might even go up while Bitcoin is dropping, thereby basically increasing the Ethereum dominance and reducing the Bitcoin dominance. Not really sure about BNB, but I'm pretty sure CZ has some weird plan to like buy back coins or something like he always does. I mean, it's not CZ, it's really his wife, but it's more or less CZ, basically. So I definitely think because of that, 55% Bitcoin dominance on CoinMarketCap was probably the top of the Bitcoin dominance chart. And things are actually coming together where this MTGOX sell-off will probably end if there is a sell-off around the time that the altcoin bull run will begin towards the end of this year, because it's going to take a couple of months for them to distribute all of the MT-GOX tokens. And once again, let me remind you that the MT-GOX tokens, they're only distributing a part of what you had in MT-GOX because they just simply don't have that many tokens. MT-GOX, remember, was like 70 to 90% of all Bitcoin trading back in 2013, way bigger than Binance is now as a proportion of the market, and way bigger than any exchange will ever be from this point, because it was just a lot more centralized towards the beginning of the market back in 2013. So despite everything, like, altcoins usually fall by more than Bitcoin does, this time I don't think so. Just because the same reason that alts didn't really gain more than BTC during the whole Bitcoin ETF buying. Even though alts did gain along with BTC, they didn't outgain BTC because BTC had the buys. This time it's going to be Bitcoin with the sales. And I think some coins definitely will outpace a lot of altcoins will actually outpace Bitcoin, even though it'll be probably a net loss, except for Ethereum and maybe ERC20 coins, and that should be the way to go. So right now, it might be time to actually sell into Bitcoin, buy some Ethereum coins, or buy some other altcoins, or even just sell back into USDC if you're afraid of the MT-GOX sell-off, which will be starting in July. I'm personally not afraid of it, so I'm just going to keep what I have. But if you're afraid of it, might be time to diversify into some altcoins, some stable coins, or some Ethereum tokens. So that's the news for today. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe, hit that bell notifications button. Thank you, and have a nice day.